So I just spent about an hour working on the wheelbarrow path over there because I actually see the shovel. Because I'm realizing after this sort of experiment of the first year on the space that I need to be able to move easier. This is the first time I'm walking down here today. I've got things here that I am almost positive I didn't plant, but look a lot like I planted them. I have no idea what they are. I'm also having this issue, not an issue, but it might be soon. I might lose my mind here. These are all supposed to be cucumber. This is looking a lot like more borage. So if this is more borage and not cucumber, I'm gonna scream. Although it will be the funniest seed starting gothic ever, since everything has been replaced. Lettuce? No, it was borage. Cucumbers? No, it's borage. Actually, now I'm remembering that cucumbers do tend to get the fuzzy, the protective fuzzy too. Sorry, my brain's not great today. I'm checking the carrots again. So far, they're not carrots yet, although they definitely should have been by now, I think. Sorry, I apparently have allergies to something this season shift has brought us. I don't know what. My absolute necessary tomorrow is tomato supports. What I'm doing here is you've got these little guys at the corners. You want to pinch those off because they'll grow extra branches, and you want the energy to go toward getting taller and getting more fruit ready. Sometimes it's okay to leave like one or two if you want to like dual branch them out. I don't know how which strawberries got over here because they weren't here before. Woo! Okay, sorry, I am getting distracted easily, but calendula. I'm really excited about that. None of it seemed to be going. Yay! Oh my gosh! Calendula is mine and Bumblebee's wedding flower. And they can be self-seeding and practically perennial, my understanding is. That is the word of mouth advice that I have gotten. But the person I got it from sometimes is very much not quite accurate, so we'll see. The tomatoes are doing pretty well. I did have some concerns because something ate them, at least part. Oh, and another branch over here. Luckily, it seems to be slow on that end. Look at this. Holy crap. Excuse my language. I have noticed that the rabbits will eat the ragweed. So next year I'm going to, aside from putting fencing and stuff up, leave some ragweed. Over there we have some radish that flowered. They're really pretty. I had not known that they made such beautiful flowers. We're going to try pine straw mulch because, as you can see, these are not useful. The other thing that's happening is we have these here, and I don't know what they are. I did a lot of scattered seeding, and forgot what things looked like or didn't know what I put down. I need to do better record keeping next year. It's been a very big issue. Get some more of those suckers right off. Pinch them off. I never understood what people said when they meant pinch off, when they said pinch off the suckers, but now I get it. These are a little overwhelmed, but honestly, I'm letting this thing be overwhelmed over here, specifically because things are getting eaten, so I'm hoping that whatever these are, they'll get eaten first. I think this is from the Ancient Grains mix. And I don't know for sure. Like I said, I need to be better at keeping records, but since I have to also keep records of when and whether I eat and take my medication and hydrate enough, which I know is not something most people typically have to take records of. I fall behind on those records too, and those always seem like they need to come first, so I don't know, get very ill. We have a friend here. Let's see if I can show you. He's really cool looking. I think I got sweat on the camera lens. I'm very sorry. Can I? Hey. Whoop, sorry. Pretty neat. That's a cool one. I need to take a video whenever I see a bug I haven't seen before and share it with people. So now you get to have it shared with you because congratulations, you're stuck with it. You could always just turn the video off, I guess. This here's eggplant, and this is eggplant. And it kind of just stopped. I think it needs more water. Are you kidding me right now? See, this is what I'm talking about. This particular area, this here, seems to be a favorite because this is literally in the path of this from where they come in. So I'm not really sure what it is about this, if it just draws attention or what, but like I said, I really need to get some deer netting. If you want to help me get deer netting, then there is a GoFundMe that is linked on my, I don't know if I've actually put out my, oh my god, come on. Alright, look. And there was another one back there, but I think it's been clean. What was I saying? GoFundMe. There is a GoFundMe linked on my Tumblr and my Instagram. Just in case those are not linked on my YouTube, those are the same handle, Teeny Little Paradigm Shift, on both of those. Some of these guys, again, I need to label better. One of the things on the wish list that is also linked, if you would feel better doing, if you want to contribute but you don't quite feel right giving just money to a stranger and you'd rather give specific objects, is some aluminum tags. I found some that were basically a yard sale item on Etsy, and they're outdoor stable, and I can hang, they're very light, so I can hang them off of plants without having to worry about staking anything if I want to do a thorough ground cover. This was an issue I was already thinking we were going to have with this was not expected to get this big. I've never had one get quite this big before. It's great because we like summer squash, but are there two of these? There are two of them. So it's great because we like summer squash, but it also means that the tomatoes that are over here are getting very much shaded out. I don't even, there it is. I don't even know if the other tomato's here. Again, I'm very much torn on how to weed these because it seems like the more that's in the way, the more the animals eat whatever's in the way and not the actual tomatoes. But I feel like at this point there's just going to be some things that we have to let go of. These never grew. It's a little frustrating and slightly disheartening. I think that this may have been too thick mulch, too heavy. But the other option that Bumblebee, the fiance, pointed out, oh, I'm not touching that. So this is our friend's stinging nettle, and I am just going to let the tomato plant that's making friends with it do whatever it wants. But yeah, Bumblebee pointed out that it's actually very likely that even though I had the screens over it, like here, I have this, and it was specifically to reduce weeds, but I think maybe it also didn't let water through. And the other thing is, even with that there, Bumblebee thinks things might have gotten in and eaten the beans, because this is all beans, including soybeans, as was down here. But this gives me the impression, if you see the way this kind of has nothing in that whole path, I think that unfortunately I discovered a mulch that was so effective that it also didn't let the things grow that were supposed to grow. This needs to get cut back, but I left my scissors in the car. Unfortunately, I had to use them for some unexpected first aid I got a very nasty blister. I will not go into specifics because nobody wants that, but it was from shoveling with the wheelbarrow. Some of what I've been doing is just literally pulling it up by the roots, knowing it brings dirt with it. Okay, that was a bad example. And laying it sideways so that the dirt stays. Ugh! Again, a bad example. So that the dirt stays, as do all the organisms in the dirt, but the weeds die. Let's see if we can get another one here. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Like that, and bam. Surprisingly, they haven't, when you put them sideways enough, they don't seem to, kind of, I was worried they might, like, not adapt, but honestly just start growing from laying down. Some might, these have not yet. We're hitting the height of ridgegrass here. Ridgegrass and, oh god, something else. It's this one of those things where many of them look the same, but they're technically different things. But these grassy things here that frequently are in, like little clusters. I'm not going to call them the name. I'm going to call them the name, but I'm not going to make you guys listen to me trying to figure out the name. When it gets to a certain height, and I had not known this because I'd never let it get that tall, but when it gets to a certain height, it starts looking like it might be corn. So I have to check myself and make sure that wherever I'm pulling it, I haven't accidentally been pulling up corn. As you can see, it's nice and hot out here. That's just the soil temperature, but it is above 80 now, which isn't that bad because it has been 90 some days. There we are. And see, it's kind of amazing how much of a difference that can make in height. So what I need to do, and this is as much for myself as a farm along, I need to finish that trail, but I also need to do some cut and drop out here. Like I said, as you can see, we've got quite a weed problem over here, but I'm sitting here thinking, well, I could just do this all today, which would be great. This thing keeps popping up, and it keeps popping up where I planted a certain kind of bean. I don't think it's the bean, but it looks like a bean. So that's very confusing. So I need to look up that too. That and whatever the heck I planted over there. This wasn't very clear or concise, but welcome to me. Sorry about that.